I thought it was important to like maybe update those pieces like while I had the chance. But I did find or buy a couple of clothing items, a couple of accessories, and I have a new bag purchase that I've been looking at since the 2024 fall winter show. We'll get into that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today what I'd like to do is go over some of the things that I bought during the Black Friday season. And I want to caveat this because I have mixed feelings about Black Friday as somebody who has worked in marketing, that the things that I bought, except for one item, were mainly things I bought to replace items in my wardrobe that I had bought from fast fashion retailers when I was younger. I took this opportunity this year because I'm cleaning out my entire closet and really trying to like narrow things down to the things that I actually wear. What is my capsule? What is my style? This is me, right? These are the silhouettes that look good on me. These are the colors that I love. These are the pieces that I love. This is who I am from a visual communication standpoint, from a fashion and style standpoint. I didn't go into Black Friday with this mentality of like, oh, I have to shop right now because there are deals. You know, you save 100% of what you don't spend. And that was such a great eye-opener because kind of after the week of shopping, I was like, okay, you need to like fucking chill, right? And I think we live in a society where, especially with YouTube, it promotes consumerism. And I think it promotes consumerism to a point where it's unhealthy. I'm not angry at anybody for making good money and buying things that they love, buying things that they can express themselves with every day. Everyone in this life deserves beautiful things, quality pieces. I truly believe that. But at some point, are we doing this and buying these things to enhance our style, to add to our wardrobe, like places that things are missing? Are we truly doing this out of a place of, I want this item from a point of self-expression, not I have to make the purchase to release dopamine because I'm a little bit miserable in my life, which I understand. I've totally depression shopped before. But when does like luxury fashion and just fashion in general, when does it skew from this is something that I really truly want and I need in my wardrobe and I want to invest money into it, to I have a hoarding problem. I'm never happy with anything truly. Once I get a bag, once I get this item, once I get these earrings, once I get these shoes, I'll feel better. But the truth is I have to keep buying and buying and buying to fill this void, if that makes sense. So just an observation of, you know, reasons why in the past I have bought things, and I'm not perfect. But I also didn't want to have a YouTube channel that was just regurgitating this consumer culture of buy what this person has, buy it because it has a logo on it, buy it because it's this. And I say this and I have a logo on my shirt, but also with certain brands, you know, I love what that person stood for as a designer, so I don't mind really advertising their logo. I do think, just a caveat, this is Vivienne Westwood, and I loved Vivienne Westwood's like punk rock, you know, rebellious mentality. But again, like I'm guilty of it. A lot of people are. And one of the questions I want to ask myself when I make these videos and I sit down and I do my makeup and I get ready to film is like, what am I putting back into the universe, right? What am I putting back into the world? Am I inspiring women to be able to go out and travel on their own, not be afraid to take risks? Am I inspiring women who have always been a little bit different, a little bit rebellious, and they resonate with my style in some way where it inspires them, no matter where they live in the US or abroad or wherever, to walk out of the door in what they love wearing and feel confident behind it and not give two shits what somebody else thinks. Is that what I'm putting out into the world? Is this organic? Is this, you know, my expression of my eye and my experiences, and not just hauls and best purchases and worst purchases and look what I bought? And I know that that's what this video kind of is, but I want to caveat this with There's nothing wrong with buying beautiful pieces. There's nothing wrong with buying something for yourself. There's nothing wrong with luxury fashion. I think it's like, what is your intent and what is the energy behind why you bought something? And these pieces that I'm going to show are replacements in my wardrobe. I wasn't as aware, I think, in my youth of like how fast fashion, how the world absorbs it, and how it just keeps adding to like the landfills and the trash of the world. And I want us to have a generation where we leave behind beautiful things for the next generation to thrift. Like, my mom and my grandmother had such beautiful pieces, such beautiful jewelry, real gold, diamonds, real leathers, furs, good authentic Levi jeans, Guess jeans that were made so sturdy. And I remember as a kid, like, that's why you would go to the thrift store, right? That's why you would go to Goodwill and try to find these gems, because 9 times out of 10, what you found in the thrift store was such a higher quality product than what you would buy at the mall. And it would be cooler, or it would be more unique. I think of it, and I'm a huge thrifter. I've got like 17 Goodwills pinned, and I go every weekend, and I love to find cool, unique like leather coats and stuff like that. But the more that I search through these racks, the more that I'm seeing like Shein and Forever 21 and H&M, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I understand when you're in your 20s, it's like, who the hell can afford like an $800 pair of jeans, and who wants to drop $400 on a cashmere sweater, but you still want the look. So it's difficult to navigate this. But I think as I got older, I didn't want to be the person that left behind crap for others to have to figure out to throw away. So in this Black Friday haul, a lot of it, there are a couple of things that are just like things I needed in my wardrobe that I wanted. And then some of the things are just updating, you know, what I already had. But in a way where I'm like, I love these pieces. They're really great quality. They're made really well. I'm going to get a lot of use out of them. I already know that I get use out of that silhouette because I have the cheaper version in my wardrobe. And I've worn them. I love them, most of them. And a lot of these I got really good deals on, because only 4 things I got brand new on sale. And then the other things I actually found at thrift stores or on eBay or secondhand for a really great deal. I hope that you guys really like this video. It's more of like kind of showing how you can consciously consume, consciously make purchases, consciously look at your wardrobe, edit it down. What do you wear? How do you style it? Are there pieces missing as to like why you don't wear something, or do you need to get rid of it? And I want that to be the energy of this video. I don't want people to think that they have to just chase all the time something new. That's not style at the end of the day. Like that's fashion marketing. That's the wheel. It's not true style. You know, there's nothing wrong with loving something that's trending. There's nothing wrong with, you know, a lot of us loving the same thing. So that's my speech. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I'm always so grateful for you to come back and watch my videos. It means a lot to me. My name's Kari, and I'm a creative director. I'm a graphic designer. I spent 10 years out in Los Angeles, and now I'm currently in Nashville, Tennessee. I love all things style and fashion and art and beauty. I think that it's important for me, myself personally, to just express my unique eye and my life experiences on a platform, and growing my channel in 2025 is a huge goal of mine. So if you would love to subscribe, if you love this video, please do. I would really appreciate that. I'm really trying to grow my YouTube presence. If you like that kind of content, then you're going to really like this channel, I hope. So thank you again for watching, and let's get into what I got to kind of supplement my wardrobe via the deals that I've got through Black Friday. So I don't know where I want to start. There's a lot of shoes, oddly, because a lot of my shoes were things I never invested in when I was younger. If I invested in anything, it was probably more like bags and coats and outerwear and things like that. But I thought it was important to like maybe update those pieces like while I had the chance. But I did find or buy a couple of clothing items, a couple of accessories, and I have a new bag purchase that I've been looking at since the 2024 fall winter show. We'll get into that. But one of the first things that I bought, and I'll just do this because it's pretty easy, and it's by the brand or the designer Walter Baker, and it's this leather mini skirt. And the reason I wanted to get a mini skirt, and I know that that seems weird for winter, but I had seen this photo, shout out to Melissa Soldera, on Instagram, and she had worn this outfit to one of her friends' baby showers, and she had this like chambray denim button-up shirt that was like buttoned up to her neck, which I have one of those for sure from Zara. I've worn it a lot. I've worn it to London a few times. Like, I love that shirt. And I'm always looking at ways to kind of like remix things that I already have. I love that she paired her denim shirt with a tight kind of leather mini skirt with knee-high boots. And knee-high boots are staples in my wardrobe. I don't do thigh highs and I don't do mid-calf, but like right at the knee is kind of like the perfect spot on my legs to make them look as long as possible while still being comfortable. But when I was looking at leather skirts, it was important for me based on the detail. The one detail of her outfit was you could see on the band, the bottom band of the skirt, there was hardware. I think it was a buckle. And to me, that was the detail that made it cool. If it was just a flat, like leather plain skirt, I don't think it would have intrigued me as much. But the fact that like the shirt comes and leaves about an inch of skirt with like some sort of hardware detail on it, it was a very cool look. And so I got this on sale from Off Fifth, I believe, and this is a $580 skirt, and I got it for $120. But this is a size 12 because there's absolutely no give to this sucker. So, and then I didn't want it to be like skin tight on my ass because I wanted it to like still cover my bum. But the reason I wanted this skirt is because I think it has such an interesting hardware to it. So if I did wear it, like if I wore it with a denim shirt that like hit here, you would still see this like little zipper here. You would see like this interesting kind of like cargo pocket sticking out. Like there would be texture and interest if the shirt kind of came to here, right? Or if you wore it by yourself, there's some like really cool vibe to it. Like it even looks cool with this like Vivienne Westwood shirt, right? And I love this like little, the hardware here and here. And I like that if you really wanted to, like if you wore like a biker short underneath it, you could kind of like customize how it looks, or if you wanted to like layer, if you were tiny and wanted to layer this or do whatever you want, like you could kind of like customize the vibe of this skirt. And I thought that the cargo pockets were just such an interesting detail. I kind of like that it looked like a utility skirt, but it was out of leather. So it kind of like balances the slutty factor that I'm trying to like back up so you guys can see like where it hits on me. So it kind of balances like the slutty factor, right, of it being like a leather skirt, and it adds like a little bit of interest, a little bit of moto. I even love how these like little buttons are kind of just like blazing in the sun as you move. And so I thought this was a very cool, the leather is really, really soft. It's a great quality, and I believe he makes a like cognac kind of orangey tanned leather color, and it was sold out, but I had wanted black. Black was pivotal because I think black with like true blue denim is such a classic, beautiful combo. And on the back, there are butt zippers, which we all need butt zippers. This is the branding, Walter Baker. So I love this skirt. I'm actually really excited. I'm going to take it to London with me, and I'm going to wear it, I believe, with like black tights that are a little bit sheer. And then I bought a new pair of knee-high boots that I'm going to also style with these, and the denim top, and then throw on a massive parka on top because I'm going to be so cold. So these are a thrifted find. The The Baker skirt was obviously from Saks on Fifth. So I bought that brand new, but these, I could not believe I found these jeans where I found them for the price that I got them. So, okay, I went home to Ohio. I'm from Ohio. Smallest town you've ever seen. There's probably like 10 people there. There's a few thrift stores there that you could get some pretty good deals. There's a Goodwill there, but the problem is some Midwestern places don't have like the style of clothing that I personally resonate with. So my mom and I usually find like good coats or something like that. My mom finds a lot when we go together. And I have been on this mission to replace all of my denim. So I've kind of just like winged it with H&M and stuff for a while, and like the trends ebb and flow so fucking much. It's like skinny jeans aren't cool now, but they were cool for 10 years, and now straight leg jeans are in and baggy jeans are in, but at some point they're not going to be in style. But I do think that the most classic jean that is stood the test of time and has never been out of style is like that classic 80s high-ish waist, like Levi's ass. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like that straight kind of mom in the 80s jean. It sits at your natural waist. When you turn, it like hugs the booty. You got that Levi's like branding slapped on the top of your ass. And to me, that is like the quintessential. If you look at 90s Cindy Crawford, 90s Julia Roberts, 90s Winona Ryder, those icons, that style will always be in. I've been on the hunt for just really good pairs of like authentic Levi's style denim. So I have a couple of pair of Levi's that I did bite the bullet and buy. But when I was at the thrift stores in, and I kept the tag on this so you guys could see like what I got these jeans for. When I was at the thrift store with my mom, there was this vintage rack, and the whole store was like 30% off, but the vintage rack at that time for Black Friday was an extra 50% off. So it was already 30% off, and then on the vintage rack specifically, you took an extra 50. So 70% off these fuckers. Okay, these are vintage. Vintage Ganni jeans in bumfuck nowhere, Ohio. Like, whoever the human being is that knows of Ganni in Gallipolis, Ohio, you are a godsend, my lady. And then this is the Ganni branding. And I love the wash. They're a size 29, so that's perfect. And in terms of like how these fit me. And they were, here we go. They were $30. And then I got 70% off of that. But I think that they're beautiful. They're a great wash. They kind of have this like raw hem because they've been worn a little bit, which I love. At the top, but the wash is just beautiful, and it has that like Levi's bum, you know what I'm saying, like where it just like hugs the cheeks and like you look like you're in a Pepsi commercial. So I don't even know if they're vintage. I don't know if Ganni goes back that far. I'll have to like look it up, but they're just like good straight leg denim by Ganni, and kind of pumped about just that like happy random find. So in ode of these earrings, I did not buy these at the same time, and I love the sleeves on this sweatshirt. Like if you can see, they're kind of like that Vivienne Westwood puffiness, right? So I also, normally I have like the same stack when it comes to jewelry. So these diamond studs are my mother's growing up. She had a small stud and a big stud for the longest time. And then my dad bought her hoops, so she took out the small studs and had the hoop, diamond hoop, and then the larger carat stud. So these baby studs are ones that she stopped wearing probably in the early thousands, and so when she was done with them, I've always worn them. So I've always worn them as like kind of these like two dots in this ear, because I like asymmetry for the most part. And then in this ear, I have a custom made ring or earring that my grandfather had his jeweler make someone as a joke, but it's beautiful. It's like pave, not pave, but it's got like 5 diamonds in it. It's 24 karat gold, and I love this. But when I get dressed up or if I have my hair slicked back, I like a good hoop. And so I wanted to replace my like Forever 21 like H&M gold costume hoops that like have been tarnishing for like the past 5 years with a good hoop that I loved, and I found these little Vivienne Westwood hoops. It comes with like this little, I'll insert what they're called below here. It doesn't have it on the tag anywhere, but they come in that little gray box, and then they come in this cute little Vivienne Westwood pouch. And I got the gold. Part of me wishes I got the silver, or the palladium or rhodium or whatever this is. But the hoops that I was trying to replace in my wardrobe were gold. So they're these kind of like pave diamond Vivienne Westwood orb gold hoop earrings. And the way that you wear them, and you can kind of do it the opposite where like this side isn't pave, it's more like a diamond stud, it's like a studded gold, so it kind of gives the illusion of like a diamond cut, but there's no diamonds on it. But the idea is like you want it to wear it where the diamond's on the inside just because of the way the hoop hits you. So I'll put one of the earrings in so you can kind of see. And this is actually also cool to wear as a statement earring if you just wanted to wear one. I did that the other day. So see how they don't sit like, you know, they're not like this. So when they hang on your ear, you really do see the orb. I'll take this diamond stud out and we can see the other one so you can see what they both look like on. But I really did like the silver. I think the silver reads just a little bit edgier, but because there's diamonds, the orb itself kind of reads silver. So like when you wear them, I think it's kind of cool because it looks like mixed metals. Oh. It's your first time putting on earrings, Kari? Okay, hold on. There we go. So do you kind of see how they, I also believe I wore this in my short video of what's in my Louis Vuitton P9 Speedy. So if you haven't checked out that short, it's kind of cute, but I wore these earrings as well. These are they. So I really loved these. I thought they were quite beautiful. So let's just like leave these on. All right, there's not a ton more, so we're not going to be here for ages, but I wanted to show the Vivienne Westwood hoops. So those were, I think, on sale. They were originally like 200 something, and I got them like, I believe, half off for like 100 and something, but I'll list that here. So this is where the shoe game starts. All right, so on my list was a great pair of boots, a great pair of strappy sandals, like similar to kind of the Saint Laurent kind of like naked sandal, like very Sarah Jessica Parker. These are the heels, the strappy sandals that I ended up getting. And these suckers were impossible to find because they're old season. And I looked through every page of the internet at every strappy black sandal heel that you can imagine. I wanted leather, I didn't want fabric, I didn't want patent leather, I wanted a good, normal, shiny leather. And I went through a few. There were some Jill Sander ones. There were some Isabel Marant ones that I really loved. The classic YSLs were always on my list. But when I saw these, I actually saw these first on Vestiaire Collective. And they were the nylon versions. And then I saw a pair of red versions that were in the leather that I wanted. So I looked everywhere in the world for these particular shoes. And the only place I could find them were full price. And Kari doesn't pay full price for many things. We save our full price purchases for handbags. Everything else, ready to wear, shoes, coats, all of it, we get those for a deal on this channel. Anyway, I was Googling, I was using Google image search, I was doing the whole shebang, and I found these for, I think, $800. They were $1,400 shoes. I found them for $800 from a thrift store. I'll list their name below here, I forgot what it was called. And I found them at a New Jersey thrift store that had an online website that you could order pieces that are in their thrift store from the website. And I found them, they were in my size, one left, done, 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 done. Okay, so this is they came with the box. They even have the little tag-a-rooney of what kind of model they are. And they came with everything, actually. Like, I was surprised, these had never been worn before. So it came with like all of the tissue paper. It came with the little authenticity card. I think that they're a classic, and we talked about this in one of my other videos of like, my favorite type of fashion are pieces that are very wearable, very classic silhouettes, but there's some aspect to them that just is cool. It's like a different shape, a weird heel, It's like pointed in a weird way. There's a hardware piece on it that's really cool. So these kind of checked that box. 1, they were Prada. 2, they were a strappy sandal. And 3, they had like that cool factor. They are just black. I don't know if you can see. They're just black leather, really tall sandal pumps or sandal heels. They have the Prada, sorry, they're dirty because I've worn them already. They have like the little Prada hardware on the bottom, but the cool part about these is the little Prada plaque on the toe. I was like, that's a good shoe. That is Kari. That is Kari as a shoe. It's just like a classic good silhouette. They're comfortable. My feet kind of fall into them great. They don't get pinched down here. And just that little extra, you notice that detail and it adds like this like edginess to them that I think are really cool. So no matter what I wear, I don't mind that these are like, have some silver on them. But I thought that these were super, super cool. So very, very happy with these shoes. They were $800, but they weren't $14.50, which was the original price of these. And I couldn't find the black ones. I found a lot of red ones everywhere, but they're the Calzature Donna by Prada. So shoe uno. And then the next pair of shoes that I have is also by Prada, but I got these on a super sale from eBay. I had them authenticated, so they are real. I got them for $100, and they are, I will say, a little painful. And by a little painful, I mean very painful on my toes. So I'm doing everything in my power to try to regulate and figure out how I can wear these shoes. But they're such a classic in any wardrobe, but they're also very classic to Prada. Black leather, classic Prada pumps. And you'll see I put like these little paddings in the back of them, and I'm even trying to get like these little balls of your feet to get these to work better. But I thought they were so beautiful. They're like that shiny Saffiano leather that they're known for in their handbags. It's a classic Prada pump. I usually go with either black shoes or a very crazy print of a shoe, and so I loved like the snout on these. I love the shape, but I thought these were beautiful shoes, and the fact that they were being sold on sale from a retailer for like $120, I believe. They were just like too good to pass up. They were barely worn, and they were also a size 39. So these were technically my size, but they do hurt. So if anyone has any tips as to how to make these Prada pumps manageable, especially around the toe area, the right toe, like where your baby toe is, please let me know, because I love these so much and I don't want to have to give them up, especially when I got them for such a deal. I honestly think because I did get them for only $100, like I would never sell them. I would just keep them in a showcase and just gaze at them every now and again and be like, you had such potential. You know, 2 pairs of Prada shoes for like exponentially almost half of what I would have paid for those sandals full price. Pat on the Black Friday back. Okay. My classic staple that I replaced were suede block heel ankle boots. And it's always looked cool. They've never been dated. And I was kind of in the market for a different silhouette, but like the general kind of boot. I wanted an ankle boot, but I wanted to update from a suede to just a leather. I think that's more modern now. I was very into like a cool heel, and I wanted a very pointy snout. So I'd gone to the mall, to Nordstrom, and a few other boutique places. I stopped into YSL, I stopped into Celine, and I tried on various boots, and it kind of boiled down to 2 boots that I really loved. So I tried on the Alexander McQueen Birdie boot, and I didn't want the super tall one. Now you're on sale, you little... These were not on sale whenever I went to try them on. They were full price for $1,400, and now they're on sale for $700. Little fuckers. Anyway, I still love these more. But this is the boot that I tried on in Nordstrom, and I loved this boot. The second I put it on my body, I was like, you need to buy these. But then the more I looked in the mirror and kept turning back and forth, the snout was a little too exaggerated long, probably by an inch. There was some, it wasn't like off in a cool way. I mean, they were so comfortable and they were beautiful boots, like beautiful boots. Like I probably, if I hadn't found these, I would have bought these and just been like, you love them so much, so you can deal with like a weird long snout. But they were still $1,400 and they weren't on sale. And the shorter heel is what's more in and more modern. I feel like the taller heels aren't as cool, where shorter, stubbier heels, I think it's more like I'm cool, but I'm not breaking my back or killing my calves, you know? It's very like millennial heel, you know? Anyway, I tried those on and then I went to YSL and I believe these are the the Jill boot. Yes. So the Saint Laurent Jill squared pointed toe ankle boot. So as you see, they're pretty similar silhouette, but they're squared off. So it's not like a suit. Sorry, I'll insert over here. It'll be fine. So they're more squared off, and they do have this really cool line that kind of starts from the top front of the toe and like comes up the leg. So they're lambskin too. Both of these boots were lambskin. So they hug the foot really, really well. They had like a little YSL logo on the inside of the heel. So it's kind of like if you know, you know, but like there is some added detail of branding, but it isn't on the back of it's not all over the heel or on the back of the heel. It's like it's hidden on the inside. Both of the boots that I liked were $1,500 in store. And I mean, these are definitely quality, the ones that I ended up getting, because they felt like a hybrid between what I loved about the Alexander Wang or Alexander McQueen boots was the point of the snout, but it was too long. But I also have always loved the Phoebe Philo era Celine Madame boots. And they have this very cool kind of is it Amina Muaddi? So they kind of have that like, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I came home and I spent like 10 hours on the internet, like looking at different black boots, the same way I did with the Prada strappy sandals. And I was like, I don't want to bite the bullet on the Alexander McQueens because it's just like that snout is too long and that price, like you need to just like absolutely adore them. And the Saint Laurents, I loved how they fit, but I didn't like the square off toe. So I kept looking, and I do have a pair of Stuart Weitzman knee-high boots that I've worn the crap out of, like consistently. Every year, those boots get worn. And I know that I love how Stuart Weitzman boots feel. The quality is really great, and they're at a cheaper price point. So these boots I found, and they were originally, I think $600. I'll look them up and I'll put everything here. But I got them on sale for, I believe, under 400, I think 300 something. And they are the Vinnie boots in black. But this is the shape of the Vinnie boot. So it's got the pointed toe like the Alexander McQueen. And it's got this beautiful kind of like, can you see the heel? I just think that it's a stunning, and then like this is the snout. So I think it's a stunning boot. I love how it elongates the foot. It fits really well under jeans. It's not super sock tight as the other lambskin from YSL. I love the shape of this boot. It looks so cool with just a good straight pair of Levi's. But I definitely wasn't spending $1,500 on these. But I got the look and the vibe and the quality that I wanted for an affordable price, where I didn't pay like, you know, almost $2,000 after taxes for a boot. So it's not to say that you can't find a quality item that's not like a luxury, disgusting price, but you can get some beautiful things that are high quality for, you know, what I would think is like a pretty affordable price. Like, and when I think of pricing, so like, these are them. I'm really, really happy that I got, because I think I want to get so much use out of them. I've already worn them quite a few times, and I got them probably like 2 weeks ago. I'm going to take these to London with me in January. So they're just like really good quality boots, and the shape is very modern. The last purchase that I made, if you had watched my Maison Margiela video, where I also show you kind of how to make your own DIY Maison Margiela split jeans, I had bought the cracked mirror silver Tabi ankle boots. So they're the more short ones. And I loved them so much that I wanted to get a pair of the regular leather, but I wanted to get the knee-high boots. So I ended up buying the Maison Margiela Tabis, but in the knee-high. Can you see? Focus, there we go. So these are in the knee-high, just like the smooth lambskin. I think it's lambskin or goat skin. I'll have to look it up. But they zip up. The heel is very wearable, and they have the Japanese inspired split toe. And I loved the black, and they fit so tight to the leg that if you really wanted to wear them under jeans or a pant, you could. So they kind of like doubled for me, where the ankle boots, I feel like they're very specific to wearing with like a pant or a jean or a long skirt. These, I feel like you could wear them with dresses, you can wear them with an oversized hoodie, you can wear them with a massive sweater, you can wear them with jeans, you can wear them with a pant, and they either look like ankle boots or they look like knee-high boots. So they're very versatile. And I just love them. I actually love them so much that I got up in the middle of the night last night because they just came in like 2 days ago. And I put them on and was just like walking around my house at like 1 a.m. like styling them with different things because I was so excited with like how good they looked and how they fit. You have to kind of be okay with just being like a little more elevated and not like a good tall heel with your jeans. But I thought that these were really, really cool. I was really inspired by Kelly Wearstler. I think she has these in like the brown, that she wore them in one of her photo shoots on her Instagram. But they're super soft, and like I don't think I've ever had a more comfortable base of a boot when you put your feet in them. Like they're just like, you could walk for days in these. You can still definitely like walk around and like be comfortable all day, but still have like a little extra like. So I love the Tabis, so I ended up getting the Tabi knee highs. All right, there's one more thing. I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back. Okay, so last but not least, and I didn't get this on sale obviously for Black Friday, but I wanted to show it while I was just doing this little haul video. And if you can't tell by the chain, this is a Chanel bag, and I loved how classic and vintage this specific bag looked, and I loved it on the runway. So I'll put footage after I show you of like how Chanel styled it. They styled this bag, there was like 3 different colorways. There was black and gold, burgundy and gold, and like a red and gold. And I think that they did the red, like the more burgundy red, with this complete leather jumpsuit. And I also have like the red Tom Fords, like the Tom Ford Aviators that are like tortoise and red lensed. And they styled that bag with like the red lens Chanel sunglasses. So I automatically fell in love with the look, and the way that she was like carrying it was so like bad bitch. But I wanted just like a classic black one with gold hardware. I wanted it to be something that felt thrifted, that felt vintage. I believe Gigi Hadid in the fall winter 24 runway show had the black one, and she was kind of like carrying it more as a clutch, which I almost like carry this bag more that way than like with the chain because it's winter. So it's harder to get it over my coat, where like if I just clutch it and go, it actually works really well. But it's the mini camera case from the last fall winter runway show in the shiny lambskin. And she's got this cute little medallion that looks so vintage. And I just think she's so cool. I love the camera bag style. I think a lot of the vintage Chanel bags kind of are that camera bag style. I think she does really well like as a little crossbody moment. Or I mean a little shoulder moment. The medallion can go on the other side because there are 2 zippers, right? So like if you wanted the medallion to show more as you walked, you could throw it over your shoulder, and the medallion is more, hold on, medallion can kind of like hang as you walk, which I love. And it's kind of like if you have it like this, you don't really know it's a Chanel bag, which I kind of like. It's just so tiny. And I like that like when you're walking, especially if you wear a lot of black, you get this like kind of antique gold hardware. And it's a very like thinner chain than your typical Chanel flat bag. It's like more of a micro chain that is more like this antique kind of vintage gold. And I think she's just beautiful. You can adjust her. This bag's stuffed right now. I took her out of the dust bag. But you can make her crossbody. So just like very casual crossbody. I loved how tiny, it was like a little tiny camera case. I love that it was like this like little mini vintage moment. If you open her up, I have her stuffed like any good bag owner. But when you open her up, she's really just a big, like inside, there is one pocket on the inside. And then there's the little Chanel plate with the serial number. And she just kind of like one, she does hold a good amount. I think I just have like a lot of large items that I normally carry, like a hairbrush and shit like that, but I can fit like a card holder, like a little mini, like my Louis Vuitton little pouch that came with the P9 fits in here with my card holder, and then I can fit like my lipstick and my keys, and if I lay my Celine sunglasses on top, she'll zip. So she does fit quite a good amount for like her being, I think she's 18 centimeters wide, but it's this beautiful shiny calf. Like it's not coated or anything, but it is like a shinier calf skin than, I don't know if it's like being picked up really well on this camera, but the black, the burgundy, and the red are like a little bit shinier than what you would normally get on your classic flaps. But I just thought she was stunning. She's a little stunner. And I think just like she looks like kind of an edgy girl bag. But I just think she's like, my favorite way to wear her is obviously just like this. And I kind of even love her with just these like washed black jeans and this like, I think she's a little babe-a-rama. Just ooh, ah. What's that? Oh, me? Chanel? And I just thought she was perfect, and I've always wanted a Chanel bag that read more vintage. Okay, so I hope you guys liked that video. I hope you liked some of the pieces I picked up. Again, a lot of these things were to like supplement my wardrobe, to replace items that I had bought when I was younger that I think won't last the test of time. The staples are different for everyone. Like you need to find that for yourself, right? What are your experiences? What did your mom wear? What did your grandmother wear? If you weren't close to your family and you were growing up, like, what are the people around you in pop culture, or your friends, or when you went to work, or when you were in school, or what movies you watched that inspired you? There are so many characters that I just remember from watching certain movies growing up that have always stuck with me, and I reference those characters quite a bit in terms of like how I've built my own personal style. And my grandmother and like the bags that she had and the jewelry that she wore, or my mom in the 90s, or Cindy Crawford or Elton John or Michelle Pfeiffer, and like characters that they've played. I think that that's a good place for you to draw your inspiration. And then like what makes you comfortable every day? What do you gravitate towards? What do you like wearing? And those are your staples. It's totally fine to be inspired by YouTubers and Instagram, and I'm constantly inspired by people on YouTube. I want people to find their personal style and their personal perspective, and when you are authentically who you are, that to me is like what makes a cool girl. It's because they're unapologetically like who they are. Your style is a visual communication of that. And like the Jane Birkins of the world, what she did with her Birkin was so unique to her. None of us can replicate it because it's not us, it's her. We're achieving the look, but the energy behind it is forced. But when she did it, it was so authentic to who she was as a person that that's the cool factor. That's why people want to look like her and want to make their Birkins or their bags look like that, because she was the OG, and it wasn't forced. It wasn't something she saw in a magazine. Like her little tchotchkes and what she did to her Birkin, they were things that she collected on her travels and her experiences, and it was a reflection of her life. So I think energetically, that's why we're drawn to certain things, and why certain things we think are just like, fuck, that's so cool, I want to do that. If I leave this video with anything, I know we like to talk fashion, I know we like to look at luxury things, and I know we all like to spend money. At the end of the day, I hope that this just inspires you to be yourself. You might not have my style, you might have my style, you might resonate with pieces of my style. And I love that. I love that. Like, that's part of why I'm sharing what I'm sharing. But ultimately, I want this to be a place where you go and you watch somebody be authentically who they are, and it inspires you in turn to be authentically who you are. And whatever that is, whether it's like, oh, she travels to London alone, I can do that too. Or maybe it's not so scary, right? Or she wears the craziest shit, but it works. So maybe I can wear my crazy shit and go out into the world and just own it. And I hope that that's what I inspire people to do. That's my perspective. But thank you so much for watching this. Thank you if you're a subscriber for sitting through this and watching till the end. If you're new, I hope that you resonated with this video and you got a lot out of it. And I would be so pumped if you would subscribe and turn on the bell and be part of what I'm trying to do on this channel. But if this wasn't for you and you don't want to be forced to give me your like or your subscribe, that's totally okay too. And if you didn't make it to this part of the video, then there's no point because you're not here. But anyway, I hope that you guys have a lovely evening wherever you are in the world, even though it's actually only 3 o'clock, it feels like evening. And that you have a beautiful day, week, month, life, and that everything that you want comes to you in some way, shape, or form, because everyone truly deserves to have a wonderful life on this planet. And thank you again, and until the next one, bye guys.